Matt, the FA Cup, we all know it's a special competition, and you must see AFC Fylde as a good opportunity to get through to the second round.
It's an opportunity. A good team we're up against, an unbeaten team. Not many teams in the country are unbeaten at this stage of the season. Shows how well they've recruited in the off-season. And they've got a lot of players with league experience or on loan from the Football League. So look, we say it every week, we know how difficult it'd be. We've got to look after some personnel within our squad. But attack the game this weekend. We remain unbeaten for a period of time now. Our home form recently has been strong, and we're expecting a good encounter this weekend. The Cup's only a good competition if you progress in it. It's not a good competition if you get knocked out and get knocked out in games where you should look to progress. So we know what the dangers are this weekend, and we'll be certainly looking to put in a display which says we want to progress.
Games against non-league sides can always be quite unpredictable, but Fylde are a team with plenty of Football League experience in there. How much have you been able to see of them in the build-up to this game in terms of...
The same as every opposition. We watched them 3 or 4 times. We've had scouts watch them. Look, a lot of players who are familiar with lower league football and have had success in lower league football. So, like I say, probably playing slightly below what level they should be playing in terms of the players and the club. They were unfortunate last season when the season got suspended and they obviously got relegated off the back of that. But their start this season shows what a good team they are. And they're a full-time team as well. So in terms of you look at fitness and sharpness, they still train on a daily basis, similar to ourselves. I'm expecting a good game. They've got nothing to lose. The pressure is on us, but we've got to relish that pressure. Whatever team I pick this weekend, I've got to see it as an opportunity to impress. And you're impressed by winning the game and performing well.
Are you pleased that it's a game that has to be finished on Saturday and there's no chance of any replay?
I think that's a sensible thing at the moment. Certainly in the current climate, you don't want to be travelling other parts of the country in terms of replays and fixtures congestion. And we're on the back end of an 11-game block of physically demanding games, and we're pleased to get through that in what looks like a decent position as it stands. But we'll be looking to progress. And like I say, there's a few who've been working hard to get through those last few fixtures. So we'll have to look after a few players in terms of where they're at physically and mentally. But I've just touched upon it there. Whatever team I put out this weekend, I'll be expecting a performance of a certain level. The levels we've held ourselves accountable, for a number of seasons now at Exeter, and it'll be a game we want to win.
And it's certainly one of those games that gives you the opportunity to play some of those players that have maybe not featured as much this season. Can we expect to see a few of those play?
Yeah, there'll be a few playing. Some of them have played, some have lost their place through injury, through form, through other players playing well in front of them. But like I say, every game's an opportunity. Every day on a training pitch is an opportunity, and this is certainly one to impress. But it's all about a performance, all about a result. Cup competitions that are there to progress in, and we can't even think about getting big clubs at later stages until you take care of what's in front of you. But like I say, I want this group to be highly motivated. Some of them have had a really long, hard slog recently, and we've got to see this weekend as a bit of a release for them. Play with no inhibitions, attack the game and attack each moment. And then we can hopefully sit in a change room come 3 or 5 o'clock on Saturday, thinking about what's next.
And after such an intense schedule, there's no midweek game next week, which again must be a huge benefit for your squad that they finally sort of get a rest after such an intense schedule.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've been travelling up and down the country yourself, and you know what it takes out of you. So full credit to them, full credit for that first 11 games in terms of where we're at the moment. We're content with where we are in terms of league position. We want more, as what we always do in relation to performances, but that's where we are as a group of players and a squad at the moment. Really pleasing, the character we've shown and the effort on show has been absolutely outstanding. And as a manager, that's your first port of call. I'll always be adding quality to that effort as well, which will get us closer to where we need to be. But you just touched upon it there. We'll assess it after Saturday, see who needs a day off possibly on Monday, or who needs looking after, or a recovery day. But first things first, and as soon as the game was finished on Tuesday night, our thoughts turned straight to Fylde this weekend. A game we want to win, a competition we want to progress in, and an opportunity for a lot of players to say, pick me for the following week. Everyone wants to play in that game at Bradford, but first things first.
And finally, just a note on the academy in their FA Cup. They did have a brilliant win against Argyle yesterday.
Yeah, we were obviously there to watch that game. They probably learnt a lot about themselves in terms of the way that game went. It was a classic cup tie where we were ahead twice and then pegged back twice and then got the win in extra time. But we've got a good academy. We've got a good group of players there. some really exciting prospects to come. Some who we know who've been training within the first team environment for a little while now, and some who will get closer and closer to it. But those cup competitions within the academy are so important. I think we saw the under-16s have a cup final at Luton 10 days ago. The experience of playing in big games and in a stadium under the floodlights with people watching on iFollow gives you another aspect to your own development. And the lads certainly came through that. I think you touched upon it there, the draws on Monday. So we'll await who comes in the next round. We want it to be a good draw for the club and another chance for these young players to showcase what they can do.